for my garbage person of the week. I knew I have to have one of the people that decided that in the wake of the Colorado Springs shooting, they're going to attack the community that was just targeted and 5 people murdered. And I thought about a few different ones. It's not gonna be Crowder for his casual transphobia and normalization of political violence or whatever. I don't wanna talk about Matt Walsh again today. It's not even Tim Pool who said, we shouldn't tolerate pedophiles grooming kids. Club Q had a grooming event. How do prevent the violence and stop the grooming? Which there is no other interpretation of that tweet than the guy had to do what he did. I'm moving past it. No, my person is going to be, once again, someone who feeds trashy quite often. It's Marjorie Greene. Because at one point, Senator Scott Wiener tweeted out, the word groomer is categorically an anti-LGBTQ hate word. It's super homophobic and transphobic. It plays into the slander that LGBTQ people are pedophiles. It's no different than calling someone an F word. If you call someone a groomer, you're inciting violence against LGBTQ people. So, especially in the wake of this violence, seems very reasonable. Representative Marjorie Greene, now back in Twitter on full, responded to that tweet saying, pass my Protect Children's Innocence Act to stop communist groomers like this from using state government power to take children away from their parents, to allow a for-profit medical industry to chop off these confused children's genitals before they are even old enough to vote. So not only is she again justifying violence against trans people, but specifically calling a man who I believe identifies as gay a groomer in response to a tweet where he was pointing out how utterly homophobic and dangerous that is. And if we could bring up her tweet one more time, it's pointless, admittedly, to fact check her, but just to be clear, he's not a communist. State governments do not take children away to force gender affirming care on them. There are far more profitable things for doctors and hospitals to do than this sort of care. The children aren't confused, they're trans. And most gender affirming care isn't even about physical changes, surgery, or focused on the genitals. All of this is lost on her because in addition to being one of the most hateful people in America, she's also one of the most ignorant people in America. And in this case, the two combine to have her normalize further violence against this community in the immediate aftermath of a mass shooting that claimed the lives of 5 people. This is why she shouldn't be on social media. This is why reasonable sites would ban her, because she is leading to more violence in the way that she speaks. Just utter garbage. Anyway, Jared, what do you think?
This is the American Republican equivalent to terror groups claiming responsibility for the attack that happened. Because afterwards, they've pretty damn giddy. They're confirming and saying the same things they said that led to this type of attack. They're happy about it and they want more.
Yeah, and they're not, like normally they would just sort of back off a little bit. That is not what you are seeing from these people in the wake of the Colorado Springs shooting. They are leaping out in front of each other to argue why this was so necessary, or why you shouldn't care about it, or why they should still be allowed to lead to these like threats against hospitals and all that. They like, and it's rando crazies like Marjorie Greene. It's people like Tim Pool. It's also Tucker Carlson. It's people with million dollar contracts and big audiences and all that. All of them feel utterly safe and free to call for more violence in the wake of these killings. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.